Welcome to the 2024 recap of Miss Universe Thailand. My name is Dani Walker. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I'm so excited to talk about this one. Miss Universe Thailand for me is one of the most entertaining pageants to watch for finals, but also it's one of the most entertaining to watch for their events leading up to their finals. I'm bummed that I didn't get to do that coverage this year because of life, but I'm really happy that I can recap this year's final pageant because it was so fantastic. So let's just talk about the opening of the show and how well done it was. So for the past couple years, their events were held at this one arena and they had kind of this narrow X stage, and this year the stage was completely different and it was like really kind of wide and very shallow, and it reminded me a lot of the stage at Miss Universe, which was in Atlanta in 2019, but it was done better than that. And what I mean done better is that I think it was bigger, but also not only was it bigger, their camera angles I think were better, and so it was a really nice show to watch. And they always just do such a fantastic job, and they always have these high quality videos of the contestants in between the competitions that I really appreciate as well. Also, what happened to our other host? No shade to our current host. I think he did a phenomenal job. I was just wondering what happened to the one that they usually have, because I love him. I don't know, there's something, like, I was expecting to see him and I was like, where did you go? The ladies, as usual, had an amazing opening number though. They looked beautiful, and it was really interesting to see their outfits because they were all individually styled, and it kind of reminded me of like a pop girl group where everybody clearly looks like you're in the same number, but all the outfits were a little bit different. So that was kind of fun to see. Since I didn't watch anything leading up to finals, I had no idea like who were the fan favorites, absolutely nothing. So I was watching this, I was like, I could be completely off. First, we cut down to our top 20, and I like how they all got this little moment in the center of the stage, because sometimes I feel like our top 20 is just like, you kind of put them on stage and we squish them together, and then it's kind of awkward if they don't have places to be, and they just did a great job with this. They walked to the center, and then they walked to the back, and then they stood in these two lines on the side, and they looked great. They also had this amazing video footage of them before swim in these diamond swimsuits, and it was just, I don't know, it was bringing back the glam of early 2000s Victoria's Secret for me, and I loved it, loved it. So let's talk about these swimsuit performances though. These were the standouts for me. So number 3, look, she was a little bit bouncy for me, but she got some great camera angles, and I love the close-up of the face. I was like, that's great. This was also the moment where I was like, wow, they get a really nice long runway. This was nice. 40 was ready. She had piercing eye contact with the camera, great opening pose, the hair flip, the little kind of Catriona turn as well. I don't know if you noticed that, it's like subtle, but she was just fantastic. Number 7 for me, pretty as well. The walk a little too bouncy for me again. Number 32, I thought that she looked a little bit nervous and she was missing some key eye contact with the camera, but then she did well in her center pose, so that threw me off, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. Now, 33 had a great gaze. I was worried that she would have been a little bit too serious at first, but then she was like in the center, she brightened everything up, and just like how expressive her eyes are. Love. She needs to come back. Number 11, I thought that she did well, but my note for her was different makeup. There was something about the makeup for me. I was like, this is not popping on stage for her. Number 21, I do feel the walk was a little bit casual. I know that might sound strange for swim, but that's the best way I could describe it. And she had a really, really pretty face though. So at this point, we're in a 20, I still would have been moving her forward. Number 25, really, really pretty, but I do think that her steps could have been longer in swim. So that's something she can work on. And I also hoped that she would hold her center pose a little bit longer. Number 16 had great eye contact. I loved that about her. I just feel like she needed to relax, just no tension. Number 12 had a nice opening pivot, but then she looked like she got a little bit nervous and hesitated a little bit, so I feel like that affected things for her. Number 20, I was like, she is just so cute. I would advance her. She had a nice center turn, great eye contact. This was a good performance. Number 17, I liked her. I liked the performance, I liked the poses and everything. I just felt like her legs could have been straighter in the poses. That may sound a little bit strange, but when you hit a pose, you gotta hit that pose. And I think that just comes from being a dancer. I want to see full extension on everything. Number 8, I was like, ooh, Nice facials and eye contact, move her forward. Great job in the center. That was a moment. Also very expressive eyes. Now we narrowed it down to our top 12. And then the ladies, some of them said a few things on stage. Now some were in Thai, so I don't understand that, but there were a few that spoke in English and I thought it was really cute. So number 17 said that she was excited. She can't feel her feet, but it's okay because she's walking on fire because of the fire in the background. I thought she was cute. Number 40 said, it's good to be back and I'm here to finish what I started. Okay, 40. So just so you know, she was third runner-up in 2022, and then she assumed the position of second runner-up once the first runner-up stepped away. Number 8 said, it's an honor to be here. I hope it's the night we might enjoy together. Number 33 said, I can't feel my heart. and then we moved on to gown after that. Also, I love when the queens have a talent and they get to be a part of the show, and Anntonia was out there singing her little heart out, and I was like, fantastic. Loved it. Loved the song from The Greatest Showman. One of my favorite songs too. I would like, performing wise, I would definitely sing that song. For a talent competition, heck yes. Great though. She looked beautiful. So let's talk about the gowns though. My standouts were number 7. I thought she was really beautiful. The gown was a little bit safe, okay, but she had a nice pose and a nice smile, so I really liked her. Number 17, I love her, but I'm like, where else have I seen this bodice design before? I've seen it somewhere else and it just looks similar to something and I couldn't put my finger on it. But I liked her overall. Also, I would have adjusted her foot position at the end. I would have like brought it in a little bit more, made it a little bit more intentional. So that was a change I'd like to see. Now, number 27, I really love the hair, specifically with this gown. Nice eye contact. I love that. She had a beautiful pose. She was so relaxed. She would have gotten a great score from me. Number 40, obsessed. Obsessed. The sleeves were a statement. Now, this is a style of gown we're seeing a lot of, but this gown, it was big, it was exaggerated in the right way. She just looked so good in this, like so good in this. She was so beautiful. This gown was certainly a step up from her last one. Honestly, I remember watching in 2022 and I was very underwhelmed by her white gown that she chose. And seeing this gown though, wow. The skirt of that gown did not look easy to move in and she was doing very well with it. But she had really nice eye contact throughout this performance and I had a feeling, I was like, I bet she's gonna turn, I bet she's gonna do a little turn in that gown, and she did. Now, the one thing about it was there was this moment in the music that would have been really perfect for a turn, and she did her turn after, and I was like, oh, she missed that moment. But regardless, it was still great. She was just stunning. The other thing I'll mention, she had a little trip right after her main moment, but you didn't see her face move at all. It was like nothing happened up here, and ladies, that is how you do it. Number 1, I was like, I love this gown on her, and then she had a really nice little maneuver of her skirt, and then she had facial changes too. I really liked her. I really did. Favorite of mine. Number 8, this gold is fantastic on her, and the beading like cascading from the wrists. Lovely. The posture too. Gosh, when she walked, when they got that shot from the side to the back, her posture was incredible. It's like, oh, this is the posture I want to see on stage. Wow, ladies. But just fantastic. I do believe that her turn could have been a little bit smoother from the turn to the last pose, but I like the last pose with the gown. It worked really well. Now, number 33, just gorgeous gown. And once again, we're seeing this style of fringe, and it reminds me a lot of Layla's preliminary supranational gown, like that diagonal type fringe. It's tough to walk in it, but her eye expression, again, I love her. Love her. I feel like she really nails it, but she needed to hold her pose a little bit longer. But here was our top 5. Number 11, 17, 40, 8, and 7. And I was like, no 33? I was bummed out. So I'm going to tell you my standout answers though in the top 5. My first standout is number 17. She was asked, gender equality is still an ongoing struggle in many parts of the world, including Thailand. What initiatives do you believe are most effective in promoting gender equality in Thai society? Let me mention, I use Google Translate for these answers, so this might be rough. She said, first, I would like to congratulate Thailand for being the first country in Southeast Asia to pass same-sex marriage. Further on, I would like to see equality in the workplace, especially maternal leaves, not only in traditional relationships, but in other relationships as well, because family is the foundation of our lives. Very well said. Very well said. Great job here. I also like that she offered up a specific initiative about maternity leave. And then number 40, what qualities do you think in your generation make older generations such as your parents and the new generations able to place their hopes in Generation Z like you? She says, having empathy or sympathy for each other is very important. That allows us to move forward together no matter what generation. And that is one thing that we believe, that generations, the new generation and the next generation, will be able to have us as a group of people that future generations can rest their hopes on, because we will never move forward without forgetting the roots that past generations have built for us and will bring us happiness. So that's fantastic. I think empathy is such a great quality, and I do honestly feel like millennials and Gen Zs, they have developed a lot more tolerance and empathy in comparison to past generations. So really great point. I also really liked number 7's answer. She was asked, access to quality education remains a problem in many parts of Thailand. How can we work to ensure that every child in Thailand, regardless of their background, has access to education? She says, education is a matter for everyone, especially the youth. We must help each other, not just the government sector, the public sector, the private sector. It's not enough. Everyone must join together to make every child have equal access to education. Reducing the inequality in education has decreased. And most importantly, I believe that the future of our nation is not only the children, but also the entire nation, the youth in the present. Well said. Well said, number 7. So at this point, I really liked 17, 40, and 7. But then we narrowed it down to our top 3, and those were actually 40, 17, and 8. So I just did this for Bini Bini Filipinas, and I was off by one number again, by one contestant and by one number. They were all asked the same question. They had headphones, and the question was, the concept of women empowerment is often mentioned in our society. Could you share what this term means to you personally and how it shaped your life journey? These are great. We're hearing so many great questions this year, all across the board, all these pageants. Number 40 said, our power can be passed on through our choices with our stories, like Opal, her name is Opal, who went through breast lump surgery and created a project for herself in order to raise awareness and, most importantly, provide guidance and hope for those who are fighting. Breast cancer is the matter of women all over the world. Sending power to women not only in Thailand but around the world is what Opal has done and will continue to do. Thank you. So she was sharing her story. I will say, when she competed back in 2022, that she also shared in her answer about her journey. She said breast surgery. That was the rough Google translation. I'm not really sure about her entire story or what her experience was, if she had malignant or benign tumors or what was going on. But I mean, I think it's obviously a really important message for all women. Knocked it out of the park with this answer. She really got the crowd going. Number 17 said, beyond any single project about women, I believe in unity and in womanhood. I think women today are facing so many problems. So as Miss Universe Thailand, I would amplify education, healthcare, leadership opportunities, and most importantly, life without violence, like Michelle Obama said. There's no limits to what we as women can do. So yay, we are limitless. Number 8 said, the term women empowerment influences my life so much because just thinking about it, listen to your inner voice and believe in yourself. Listen to your North Star and find the light within you, and don't forget to shine that light to other people, not only for women out there, but for men, regardless of gender, because we are human, and it's time for us to spread the love, and it's time for us to lift each other up, and it's time for us to serve humanity. So all in all though, the ladies in the top 3, the ladies in the top 5, there weren't any big blunders in my opinion on stage. I thought that they all did pretty well, but Opal did such a great job just tying everything back to herself, sharing her story, being empowering, being well-spoken and confident. She just had it all, and she stood out visually. I also want to mention there's a Miss Universe Thailand song, and they sing it a lot during the shows, but this year they had little girls sing the song. And now I'm gonna need one of those little girls to grow up to become Miss Universe Thailand and Miss Universe. I'm gonna need to see that. Now let's talk about our results and something else that was really interesting to me. Our second runner-up was number 8, and I feel like that made sense for overall performance. And then our first runner-up was number 17, and then our queen was number 40. And to me, honestly, she stood out from swim, and she was so consistent, and her answers were great each time. So she, to me, was like a very, very clear winner. But one thing I do want to mention too is that she got crowned with the Mawad crown. And Mawad used to be the sponsor of Miss USA. And tell me why when Mawad designs for Thailand that they have this big, beautiful crown, and then the Mawad crowns for USA weren't, a lot of people said it's not even a crown technically, it's a tiara, because I don't know the difference, but the tiara, it's smaller and it's not connected in the back. There's, you know, some differences there. How did Thailand get this crown? And then USA had the other crowns, but now Mawad doesn't even sponsor USA anymore. They were like, nope, never mind, not working with you. And now they're also sponsoring, in addition to Thailand, they're sponsoring Lebanon as well. They're probably gonna get a great crown too. What in the world? Anyways, so lovely crown, incredible queen, very excited for her. I think it's always exciting when we see somebody come back again and you're like, wow, you were able to accomplish that dream. It took you a couple times, but you were able to do it. And it's always, it's nice. So I'm very excited for her. She was stunning. Strong answers, strong performance, strong walk. Once again, Thailand is coming back for that crown. I keep waiting for them. They were so close last year being first runner up, and I'm just waiting for that universe crown for them. So maybe this is the year. Let's find out. So thank you for joining for the episode. Please stay tuned for all of the other coverage. If there's anything else you want to see on the channel, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. And always be sure to be encouraging and kind in the comment section, because contestants read these things, and let's be kind to one another. We need a lot more of that in the world. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you very soon.